I was just checking my watch. It's Thursday, April the 7th. Look at this. Sunshine already. Oh, oh my goodness. Can't ask for a better day than this. And we're going to bring you everything you need to know to enjoy the day here on Vail Valley Live. The show starts now.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Trisha Swenson coming to you live from our Eagleville studios. And like Cameron mentioned, it is Thursday, April 7th. We're just rolling into the month with some unusual weather this week. I think things are going to calm down, at least wind-wise, a little bit today. But we'll give you details in our weather report. But thanks for joining us. Hopefully you can join us for the whole hour. We'll be with you 7:30 to 8:30, typically in the mornings. That's Colorado time, Mountain Daylight time, now that we've sprung forward. But if you can't catch us in the entirety, you can also catch us on demand. We're on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and we're also a podcast on Spotify in case you're out walking the dog or over at the gym getting some exercise in today or driving up in your car. You can always listen to us to find out what's going on. So we've got, and then we're also on live on Facebook Live, as well as Vail, YouTube. Just search Vail Valley Live. We've got a brand new YouTube channel. We want you to subscribe so you can be part of our group and part of our chat. You can chat with us during the live show. We'd love to hear from you, where you're watching from, what the weather's like in your area, and anything you may want to know that's going on here at Vail or Beaver Creek and beyond. Consider us your concierge here in the Vail Valley. But let's get right to the weather so you can find out what to expect for today. It's been a windy couple of days. We're still going to have breezy conditions, but not nearly as gusty as they were earlier in the week. It's going to be a west-northwest wind, maybe 10 to 20 miles per hour, not 55, 65 miles per hour like we saw earlier. And then the temperatures reaching into the low 40s. And then tonight we'll clear things up. We'll see the moon. It'll be right around 17 degrees, so cooling off back into the teens, sort of like what we see right now, 15 degrees out there where Cameron is. And then Friday, sunny with a high near 51. And then we'll have a little bit of wind, maybe just 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the west. And then Friday night, clear again. And then Saturday, we'll see sunny skies continuing, a high in the upper 50s for Saturday. A little more wind coming through on Saturday, and then we start to see that chance of snow showers come in Saturday night, Sunday, and then we've got a chance for maybe a little bit of accumulation as we roll into the middle of next week. According to Open Snow, we could get up to 3 inches at Beaver Creek on Tuesday, 2 over at Vail, and then maybe 5 or 6 into Wednesday and Thursday. So we'll look forward to that storm coming on through. As far as the terrain goes, I think we should have better luck with the lifts today. The lifts have been either slowed down or closed due to windy conditions the last couple of days. Over at Beaver Creek, they're looking at 81% of the train open. Beaver Creek is the last weekend for Arrowhead. So if you want to go down, maybe get a Blinky Burger at the at Broken Arrow, the little cafe at the base, or just cruise Cresta, maybe take those big S-turns on Little Brave. There are a few bare spots. Just be aware of that. You know, the sun has been blazing, the last couple of days, so that really can tamper with the snow conditions. So just watch out for that. And then the Ritz Carlton Bachelor Gulch is closed as well. The lift is still open, but you can't pop in there and get a bite to eat or grab a drink on their patio. They're closed for a remodel project. So I just want to let you know about that. And then over at Vail, they open at 8:30. They go all the way till 4 on the front side. They close. closures in certain parts of it. Pay attention to the crawl that's running on the bottom of your screen. It'll let you know what's been groomed for today. We don't get the grooming report from Beaver Creek till a little bit later in the morning. So we'll keep on checking for you. And once we get that up, we'll be able to let you know what some of the groomers' choice are. Those are the ones that have been groomed after midnight, so a little more fresh grooming. But I would stick to the groomers today. But let's see what Cameron says. We want to thank the outlets at Silverthorne for this weather report. They've got great sales going on over there. If you need some spring clothes, maybe you're itching for summer, some sundresses, cool jean jackets, they're going to have it for you all over at the outlets at Silverthorne with their elevated savings. But now let's bring it out to Vail Village. Cameron is standing by. Hey, Cam, how's it going?
Good morning, Trisha. Good to see you. You mentioned the wind just a second ago, talking about the gusts that we had earlier this week. I'm not expecting too much, but just behind me, you see the banner. So this is Taste of Vail's banner. Well, it got wrecked on Tuesday.
Wow, it got a little
banner. They're pretty secure, and it fully is. It's seen better days.
You could tell the wind was coming from
like a
the
shower
west.
Curtain up there. Just pushed it together.
Yeah. Shower curtain. Well, and you know what? On Highway 6, right near the Ascent, there's that new project, Front Gate. And after Monday's wind, wow, all of their fencing was kind of really messed up and everything. I noticed it was back today, so they must have fixed it yesterday, even though it was a little windy yesterday. Good. Yeah. Okay. So,
Trisha, I was driving yesterday back up from Denver. I went down for the day for a leadership program, and up above Vail Pass yesterday, even though we didn't see too much wind here in the village, yesterday on the pass it was blowing cars, kind of pushing them on and into the other lanes. So for folks that are driving this morning, just be aware, up at that higher elevation, 10,000 feet plus, there's a little bit less tree cover. It's not buffering the wind as much. So be careful on that drive this week.
You know what? How was the drive as far as construction goes? Because I know that they're starting a new project up on Vail Pass.
It wasn't bad yesterday. I know that they're still doing nighttime closures right around, I think it's exit 244, where Idaho Springs is. But during the daytime, I drove back right around 7 o'clock. No problem. Nice and easy. Traffic was moving well.
Okay, all right. Yeah, we'll get more into that in our traffic report coming up. But I can see the sun starting to hit your face and everything.
Everyone's got that glow.
Yeah, it's glow. You got the golden glow. But what does it feel like out there? I was out there yesterday, and it's been so balmy. It kind of struck me how cold it actually was yesterday. I think it was 13 degrees, but the real feel was 2 below. And we popped into the Treff Cafe just to kind of warm up because it actually, like, we were like, our hands were cold, we could feel it. So does it feel that bad, or are you kind of warming up because you have the sun?
Definitely a good morning to find some sunshine, Trisha. We were standing under the covered bridge just a second ago, which is just directly in front of me as I stand here. And we're like, oh, it's a beautiful shot. And we stood there for about a minute and a half. We're like, it is too cold to not find some sunshine. So if you're out and about, chase the sunshine today. It's not too breezy. Folks are out here wearing just light jackets like I've got. But definitely if you're getting on the hill, and you're not just sitting in the sun, it's chilly this morning.
Okay, yeah. And you know what? You may want to maybe delay your start time up on the mountain. Maybe go out at like 9:30 or 10. Let that snow soften up a little bit. The groomers, they get a little kind of frozen. It's that freeze-thaw syndrome that we see in the springtime typically. So eastern-facing slopes first. I always tell people, like, areas like Rose Bowl, Strawberry Park, Larkspur Bowl, those that kind of get baked in the sun all morning, those would be nice versus Red Tail faces west, so it really doesn't soften up. And if it gets a little too slushy in the afternoon, you can always download at the end of the day, especially if your legs are tired. You don't want to get hurt on the mountain because your legs are tired.
Absolutely. Well, Trisha, I think you might be able to hear the garbage truck.
They're coming.
The truck moving in behind us. So we're going to relocate. And We'll check
Okay.
back in with y'all in a little bit.
Yeah. Instead of chasing the sun, that garbage truck is chasing you. Yeah. So you guys get out of there. Get out of there. All right. Okay. Hey, we'll take it to a break. When we come back, we're going to give you the headlines. We're going to also let you know about construction projects throughout the I-70 corridor and much more. So stay tuned.
Get the truck that's built to serve right from your living room with Ram eShop. Search, find, and buy your perfect truck online and get delivery from the comfort of your own home. Credit approval, price, and payment calculations all made quick, easy, and safe. The keys are just a click away with Ram's eShop. Right now, during Ram Truck Month, get 0% financing for 72 months on the 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn.
You're probably wondering, what makes these chips taste so good? Here's a hint. It's lime. They taste like lime. Tostitos, get to the good stuff.
We are back with Vail Valley Live. Want to let you know what made headlines for today, Thursday, the 7th of April. And on the cover, Rosé Wednesday. Glasses are filled during the debut of Rosé for 2022 with the Taste of Vail on Wednesday. Rosé from around the world were poured and sampled at the Lodge of Vail during the kickoff for the events for the annual festival, which is back in full swing for the first time since 2019. So check that out on the cover of today's paper. Also, saving lives in a crisis. We talked about this yesterday. We're doing a series. This is part 2 in a series of how local organizations and leaders are working to increase access to resources like fentanyl test strips and Narcan. So even though we think we live in the Happy Valley, we do have some problems with fentanyl. You can learn more about it on page A2. Also on page A3, Vail delays voting on Fire Free 5 regulations. You can learn about what this means and how it's supposed to kind of help mitigate wildfires in our area. The town will fire harden its own structures first. So learn about that on page A3. And then the community market continues to feed an ongoing need. You can learn more about this nonprofit as it continues to see increased demand from pre-pandemic levels at Vail Valley locations. All that can be found on page A5. So pick up the paper today. You can learn a little bit about some events going on. We have the events calendar in there, some fun suggestions on what to do, town talk, and of course, we love when you include the hashtag Vail Live, and if you do, you never know, you might end up in the paper. This is here right on page A10. So grab a copy today. It's free, or you can always go online. VailDaily.com will give you these stories. We have archive stories. You can sign up for newsletters on just regular news or entertainment or sports, so you can keep track of things that are happening in the Vail Valley. And even when you go back home, you could still keep tabs on what's going on here. Now we want to talk a little bit about the roads. So clear driving. Cameron said he had a great drive driving up from Denver last night. midnight, got into town right about 7 o'clock, but construction season is starting. You could see that weather-wise, things are moving along smoothly. We had a little bit of wind yesterday, so the high-profile vehicles were on alert because of that wind. Today, the winds maybe 10 to 20 miles per hour. But if you are traveling all the way down to Denver, especially late at night or early in the morning, maybe you have a flight to catch, maybe a 6 a.m. flight, you may run into the rock wall work that they're doing. So they have nighttime closures of westbound I-70 east of Idaho Springs for walkball stabilization work. The work is planned Sunday through Thursday nights, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. And the detours in place, they kind of just take you off I-70 for a little while and then bring you back on. And the work is also weather dependent, and it's scheduled to run through mid to late April. Also, want to let you know about an upcoming project that's happening up on Vail Pass. They're planning to add a third eastbound lane, and then they're going to realign the westbound lanes, and then the recreation path is going to be involved with this, and then they're going to replace 2 bridges to make the road safer. So there's going to be some closures that are going to affect you throughout construction season. And like I said, in April, that's when we really start construction projects, and a lot of them go all the way through November. So just be aware of some things if you're going to and from the Front Range. But let's bring it out to Cameron now and see where they have gone. He's with Blake today. All right, so you made it up to the top. And Cameron, you know what? We're noticing a few of those spots where the sun has really, I mean, it's kind of like a hairdryer. It just like, yeah. So be careful. Like if you may not see that from above. So just kind of know before you go. You know, you might want to do a little spot check.
Absolutely. And I'll have Blake pan just a little bit for us this way. So maybe we can step and see Pepe's. Mm-hmm. Because if you're not careful, I'm going to see if I can use my finger pointed on the screen here. That right there, the top of Pepe's. You want to be really careful because I don't think you're going to be able to see that if you're just coming straight off the lip. Yeah. Going down the slope there. So it is starting to get a little bit sun worn, a little bit scorched in there from this beautiful sunshine we're experiencing, and we are 7 days into April, so it is to be expected a little bit at this point. We're hoping with the additional snowfall over this next week, we'll patch up some of those spots. But yes, do be careful. It's starting to get to be some spring conditions. And we've heard on the show about that slush, like that little carpet feel underneath your skis or your board. Might give you a little unexpected traction. So take it slow, take it easy, be careful. We're nearly through the season. You don't want to mess up the summer by going a little too hard this week.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And, make sure you have wax that's appropriate for this time of year. And just bring them to the ski shop. They know what to do. They'll put the right wax for the conditions out there, usually a spring wax. And you may need to wax your skis or your snowboard a little bit more this time of year because what we call it corn snow, that snow it's really granular and it really takes that wax off quickly. If you look at the bottom of your ski on the base, if you see kind of like, it looks like white and kind of chalky, your skis are thirsty. They want some wax. So make sure you take care of your boards today. But all right, so we're about like 45 minutes away from starting. Looks like nobody's in line yet, so no one's chomping at the bit to get out there.
No, not today, Trisha. It is quiet. I mean, with the exception of the garbage trucks rolling around the village right now, it is nice and calm. There's beautiful. You can hear the birds chirping or calling. I would say probably is more accurate to describe what the noise is out here. But it's peaceful. We've got ski patrol. Some of the mountain safety folks were just down here on a snowmobile, getting up and getting ready for things to open up here in about 45 minutes. But I don't think we've even seen a single person carrying skis yet.
Okay. Yep.
Oh, there's one. There's the one fella over here on my left. Bring a pan real quick.
Yeah.
The lone trooper.
Oh, good.
Waving in the background.
Where's he from?
That's it.
Where is he from?
Where are you from?
Front Range.
From the front range. From
Okay.
the front range.
Okay, perfect. Okay, he's gonna get some turns.
A loyal local almost.
Wow, wow! Look at how clear the skies are today. That looks gorgeous out there. Awesome.
Absolutely.
Hey, Cameron, I know that you were judging the costume contest last week. We had the bands over at Golden Peak. This is all part of Opry Vail. This week they're bringing out dueling pianos. So this is going to be at the International Bridge on Saturday from 3 to 6. And I don't know if you've ever seen dueling pianos, but it's a lot of fun. I think this should be a great show for people. So for après ski, you can just go to the International Bridge. They usually have like maybe a little bit of a food truck or a drink tent or something for you. And I think this should be awesome. And then they're also bringing out this gal named Kaylee Bishop. She's a singer-songwriter out of Nashville. She's got a great sound. She's going to be playing all 3 days, Friday up at Midvale from noon to 3. And then she'll be down at the International Bridge, just kind of doing an acoustic pop-up. They're doing this from 1 to 2:30, and then they'll continue with their regular music 3 to 6, and that'll be the dueling pianos. And then she'll take the stage again on Sunday. So 3 to 6 on Sunday. So this should be pretty cool. We'll have some more live entertainment going on. So where's your favorite place to après ski?
Definitely here in the village, Trisha. I love just the vibe. It's get right outside here of the Red Lion. It's just everybody's out underneath the umbrellas. We've got people kicking back, their feet are on the table, just hanging out. Definitely a great spot. And you're just around the corner from Shakedown Bar. So you can hear if they've got live music as well. You can pop in there. But maybe you completely crush opera time at Red Lion, and then you just make your way into Shakedown towards the evening. Like,
well, you know what?
1, 2, 3 punch,
Okay, hey, it's ladies' night at the Shakedown Bar tonight. So that starts at 9 p.m., then live music at 10. So it's a little late, but ladies' night with Courvoisier. So, whoa.
Exciting.
Okay.
And I will say that Shakedown Bar and Bridge Street Bar, well, I know the Shakedown Bar, you can purchase, if you're local, if you're here in the Valley, you can purchase the locals card that gets you free cover for the year. It doesn't include any of their specialty shows, so the New Year's party, things like that. But it'll save you a hot buck as you go multiple times. I think it pays for itself after 3 visits. So
you just
if you're local, you're here in the area, ask the door guy. They'll take care of you.
Yeah, how can I get the locals card? Yeah, so definitely. But ladies' night tonight. Doors open at 9 p.m. And then, of course, they've got their always free après ski. So those are nice. Those are coverless. You don't have cover charges for those. And so they're going to have the Redner Eden duo playing that, and that'll be tomorrow. And then, speaking of music, hey, we've got DJ Goldie. Okay, I know we got to go, but so we'll talk about that when we talk about Beaver Creek, because I just talked to Goldie yesterday. You know Goldie, so he's coming back. He's going to play at the Coyote. All right. Okay, we'll take it to a break, Emma. Is that what you're going to tell us? All right. We'll stop talking for a little bit. Okay, Cameron, you go find some people to talk to. Okay, all right. We'll be right back.
For the fashion forward and budget minded. We've got the brands that set you apart, the style to make you stand out, the looks that let you shine. We are for the dreamers, the doers, and the savers. Outlets at Silverthorne. Elevate your savings. Save up to 70% on the best designer brands. Visit outlets@silverthorne.com for current sales and events.
Visit Grand Junction.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Live Sotheby's International Realty, Colorado's leading real estate firm. Contact their Vail Valley broker professionals today to help you live the life you love.
Oh, we are back and want to give you some details on the weather. Plenty of sunshine for today. Make sure you wear the sunscreen. In fact, apply it right now. Apply it well before you head outside and then bring it along with you. Reapply it throughout the day. We're seeing a lot of goggle tans. So from here up, kind of the white face and then very tan or even burnt. And a lot of little Rudolph noses. A lot of people forget about the end of their nose and your goggles kind of go like that. So make sure you get all the coverage. And with a warmer afternoon, you might not wear the neck gaiter or the balaclava. So if you're going to be less covered, make sure you get your neck, even your ears if you're not wearing a helmet, which we don't recommend. We recommend you wear a helmet for sure. Hey, it is still going to be a little breezy today, but not as breezy as it was the last couple of days. Definitely not like Monday. We're going to have a west-northwest wind, about 10 to 20 miles per hour. None of this like 55, 65 miles per hour like we had on Monday, but plenty of sunshine. Our high temperature kind of in the upper 30s, maybe even low 40s. Be a little warmer down below. And then keep in mind, it'll be a little breezy up higher on the mountains. So that wind chill factor could come into play. So I would still dress like you would in January, in February. Wear the balaclava, wear the neck gaiter. And then if you sit down to have a bite to eat on a deck, and if it's not too windy, yeah, then you can kind of peel off some layers. But I would layer up a little bit more today. But then by Friday, hey, we're going to see highs in the 50s for Friday, low 50s at that, and then upper 50s for Saturday. And we're going to have plenty of sunshine for the next couple of days. But then by Saturday night, a little rain mixed with snow, depending on what temperature we're at. It will get cooler on Saturday, but kind of hovering right around that 32 mark, freezing point. And then a little bit of snow for your Sunday. So maybe 2 inches for Vail and Beaver Creek. And then we start to build by the middle of the week. We'll maybe see 5 to 6 inches out of the storm according to Open Snow. And that'll be great news because we're seeing just a few bare spots here and there. Very typical for spring. Over at Arrowhead, I could see it on my drive in. And then we just saw Cameron down at the base, Pepe's, that little area right there. So do be careful that you don't maybe it's a blind, knoll and you don't see it. And then your skis hit that dirt. Skis don't like dirt. Snowboards don't like dirt. So just be careful out there. But good looking forecast, definitely for the next couple of days. Hey, we are opening a Vail at about a half hour. They open at 8:30, go until 4 o'clock on the front side. But the lifts over in Bachelor Gulch and in Arrowhead, they close at 3:30. So if you've got to get back to the main mountain, maybe get your kids out of ski school, get to cookie time, make sure that you head up on those lifts before they close at 3:30. Arrowhead closing this weekend. They always close before the main mountain does. And then Beaver Creek closes Easter Sunday, the 17th. And then Vail, we're keeping it open all the way through May 1st. So how cool to say you skied in November and you skied May. This is probably one of the longest continuing run seasons that Vail has had. They've done it where they close and then they may be open for a weekend after. I remember years and years ago, they opened that first weekend in May. They even made these hats that said May 1 through 3, May 1st through the 3rd. So they're not doing the hats this year.
I have a few friends that are tired of winter. Do you have any words of advice or encouragement to keep us?
Oh, they're tired of buy new clothes. Just buy a new ski jacket. Emma just asked, she has some friends that are tired of winter. Do I have any advice for them? Yeah, just buy new clothes. Buy the ski jacket. It's going to be on sale. Get some fun ski pants, a great base layer. That's all you need. Shopping will get you happiness.
Snow, right?
Yeah, we've got almost a month. We're 7 days into April, so we go to May 1. Or ski some different runs. If you always ski Vail, go over to Beaver Creek. Mix it up a little bit. Do the chairlift challenge over at the Beav, where you try to ski every chairlift, including Elkhorn lift. You got to get that one in. And then if you can do it all in one day, that's kind of a fun little challenge. So Emma, you tell them that, all right?
Okay.
Let me know what they say. Okay, where's
Cameron
Cameron? Where's Cameron? Hey, Cameron, do you have any advice for people that are, tired of winter? What would you say to them to get through it?
You got a really good point there about the clothes, Trisha. You just switch it up a little bit. Get you a brightly colored, get the steves going, perhaps. That's a great thing. And I found that if you just get down valley a little bit, it's not as wintry down in Eagle and Gypsum. Go take a day trip. Go picnic in Eagle. Check out Main Street down there, and summer's just around the corner. So the Eagle Block Party, official kickoff to summer down in Eagle, is coming up soon as well, and that's June 3rd through the 5th. And
Yes.
I've been to it before. Last time I went was 2018, and it is so much fun. You've got to get the VIP or the refillable cup. They've got those really fun, squishy silicone cups. But be sure to grab one of those down there. And, like I said, if you're looking to escape winter, just go a little bit down valley right now, and that's going to be your brief respite before you get back up here and shred some more.
And the lineup for the Eagle Block Party now is pretty incredible. We have everyone with Common Kings. We have Rebirth Brass Band. We have Trees Don't Move. That's a local band here. Runaway Grooms, big friends of ours here at the Vail Valley Live. Carl Denson's Tiny Universe. Sam Bush is going to be here, and then Thievery Corporation. This is pretty cool that Eagle is getting all these bands, and they've got a great venue for it with just their downtown area. And a lot of people will camp if they're coming in from out of town, so the campground is very close. All your friends that live down in Eagle, you're like, hey, can I stay at your house for the weekend? And you just you pack a bag and you go down there. Beach cruisers, you can ride your bikes to the festival. So I'm glad it's back. I'm glad we're seeing a lot of these things coming back. And then another big announcement was all the shows coming to the Villar and to the Ford Amphitheater. John Fogerty is doing 2 shows at the Villar. That's going to be great. And then Primus, the tribute to Rush. So I was listening to a bunch of Rush songs after hearing this announcement, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so good. I forget. But that'd be really cool. I love when bands do covers of other bands' songs, and you just hear them in a whole different way. And then the comedian, Nate Bargatze, okay? And then I was watching his bits and acts. He is super funny. I want to go to this show. This should be great. Have you seen some of his stand-up?
I haven't. And I would also add the one show that I'm really excited for. It might be a big cliche. I'm not sure. But Kenny G is coming to the Villar. And I'm like, if Kenny G is there, you can't not go.
Yeah. I mean, you got to just see, he's such a legend. And I know he's played at the Villar before, and really cool that he's coming. I actually played the saxophone in high school. I played alto, tenor, and baritone. The baritone was about as tall as I was. I think that's why I have herniated discs, because I was carrying that saxophone around. But, I mean, it was kind of cool that, I know he has that little tiny, a soprano sax, and
the little one.
Yeah. It kind of looks like a clarinet. But yeah, I wonder what his hair looks like. Does he still have his long hair?
It's glorious. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah. Just looking it down. All right, so we've got that. But you got to check out Nate Bargatze's stand-up comedy. It's pretty funny. So that should
on my list.
Yeah, on your list. Okay, cool. All right, I see you're standing by the stage. This is where the live music will be. Yeah, and you got the Adirondack chair.
We have. Nice. We found a little beach retreat. We're talking about finding a little respite from the winter. It doesn't get much better than this. A little sunshine, a little chillaxing. But right behind us is the stage for Vail Opry. They'll be out here this afternoon. The dueling pianos will be here this weekend. And I did want to pan just to my left, if Blake can show us where the Jumbotron is. And so this evening, there we are. Look at it. Beautiful. This evening, they've got a Teton Gravity research film at 6 p.m. I believe it's called Make Believe.
Cool.
So be sure to check that out. You can grab an Adirondack chair, watch the film. It'll be gorgeous. The sun will be on the other side of the bridge here on the International Bridge. You don't have to worry about squinting, but it'll still be a little bit warm. I don't think sunset this evening is meant to be until 7:30, 7:45. So it'll be a gorgeous evening to get out here, enjoy the village, enjoy that film, and do be sure to check out the live music here as well.
Okay, all right, thanks, Cam. We'll let you lounge a little bit. I hope you have your sunscreen on because, you know, you can get burnt even at 8 in the morning.
I'm the worst at putting sunscreen on. I didn't put any on this morning.
Okay, then maybe face your face to the west. So you can't quite. Yeah, there you go. Put your hat down. All right. Hey, you know, our very own Meredith, who, you know, she got injured. She's going in for surgery next week. But before she did that, she had a chance to sit down with Heidi Bintz with Liv Sotheby's International Realty. So we're going to take a look at what Heidi gives as advice in this crazy real estate market that we have right now. Here's more.
Hey there, I'm here with Heidi Bintz with Liv Sotheby's International Realty in the heart of Beaver Creek. We're staying toasty on a freezing cold morning, and we're going to be talking about two remarkable properties. Before we dive in, Heidi, you have such an extensive background and roots here in the Valley and to the mountain lifestyle.
Yeah.
Shed some insight on that.
I was raised in Michigan on an apple farm, and then my dad needed winter work and built a little ski hill, 200 vertical with 10 rope toes, 10 runs, Bintz Apple Mountain. And my parents are in the Michigan Ski Hall of Fame. But after I got through college and was actually a broker for Merrill Lynch, I decided to come out and do that one ski season. I am a professional ski instructor and taught skiing, and then everybody told me I had to stay for the summer. Well, then you're hooked.
Classic.
So I've been here 36 years. I've raised a family here. I had a ski shop in the 90s in Lions Head, and then got into real estate, and so I love sharing my passion for the mountains, especially skiing, and the real estate around us in these mountains, because it's all across the board, and I just love it. And I love sharing with other people and helping people find their dream come true.
Absolutely. It's an important part to this job, knowing the lifestyle, knowing the different markets and properties. And the ones that we're talking about today are very different.
They're totally different.
They got some privacy and adventure.
They're both unique. So the first property is in between here and Steamboat, up 131. It's about an hour from here. It borders the Root County National Forest. It's a private ranch of 10 homeowners called the ranch is at 5 Pine Mesa. And this ranch property is 60 acres with about a 4,600 square foot home. It is a Tennessee log home. The logs were imported from Tennessee. It's being sold basically fully furnished. It has views of mountains everywhere, and you don't see another home. It's just nature. So you're out in the middle of Colorado in the mountains, and you have your own little slice of paradise, but you've got a gorgeous house. It's even fancier than glamping. It's got internet, heat, electricity. It's got everything. It does have limited winter access. I was out there last weekend showing the property, and we drove about halfway up Route 3, and then we get into the caretaker's pickup truck that has a Trax on it. So it was about a 40-minute drive, and he showed us around, and the woods were just gorgeous. And you could snowshoe or cross-country ski. You could hunt from your house, or just sit back and read a book and cook dinner, and it's just fabulous. But if you want to build your own dream house close to town, and outside of Wolcott is Red Sky Ranch. There's 2 golf courses there. This property is on the Fazio course, higher up the mountain, so it's got a lot of aspen trees, and it's on the 14th hole, and it's a double lot, so you can build up to 40,000 square feet.
Wow.
And it's got views, 360 views of mountains all around you, and you're in behind the gates of Red Sky Ranch, and you're 15 to 30 minutes to everything in the valley. So that's a special property. So if you'd like to snowshoe with me, because that's the only way you can see the property right now, and I'd love to do that. And there is a picture here with the lot lines and everything. But more information on that, it's ready to go. There's not a lot of land left in this valley that hasn't been built on, because only about 18 to 20% of the land in Eagle County can be built on. The rest is national forest of some type. So what you see is what you get, and keeps our prices higher. But we love it here. I love to share it, and the best way to reach me is my cell phone, which is 970-390-8383.
This is a woman that you can trust. You have the knowledge and the roots to the mountain lifestyle, and these two properties are very special. So give her a call to learn more about these properties.
In the extraordinary, we're free to discover more together. Experience it for yourself this winter. Get your live tickets today.
Xterra, apparel for your active lifestyle. Visit xterraplanet.com today. Enter the promo code CHECK20 at checkout for an extra 20% off regularly priced merchandise.
You're probably wondering, what makes these chips taste so good? Here's a hint. It's lime. They taste like lime. Tostitos, get to the good stuff.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Carrots Jewelers, creating heirlooms for over 50 years.
We are back. I want to give you a look at the weather and let you know what you can expect for today. Plenty of sunshine for today and the next couple of days, and then our next chance of snow will be out on maybe Saturday night into Sunday, maybe a little rain mixed with snow, depending on what elevation you are at. We'll see a high right around the upper 30s, low 40s, so rather chilly today compared to what we experienced last weekend with those warm spring-like temperatures, and then we'll get into that by tomorrow. But today is still a little bit cold, and we'll still have a little bit of wind to deal with also. The wind is 10 to 20 miles per hour, west, northwest, so it'll feel cooler. A little wind chill factor will come into play also. So I would dress in layers. I would definitely have a balaclava out there today, maybe a heavier coat, the mittens versus the gloves. And then by tomorrow, you can probably shed a layer and maybe wear the gloves, maybe skip the balaclava, just a neck gaiter, and you'll be good to go. But wear the sunscreen. Definitely want to remind you to do that. So we'll see the sunshine tomorrow into Saturday as well. And then after that, Saturday night into Sunday, that's where we can see that chance of snow, even a rain-snow mix, maybe mountain snow, valley rain. In the lower elevations, the temperature will be warmer. And then through your Sunday, another chance of showers. And according to OpenSnow.com, by midweek, we could see some real accumulation, maybe 5 or 6 inches Wednesday into Thursday for both Vail and Beaver Creek, which is good news. Well, that'll be a nice base to get us into the closing weekend over at Beaver Creek, which is the 17th. Arrowhead closes this weekend, so the 10th is when we'll see Arrowhead and the Aerobahn Express. That will close down. Over at the Ritz-Carlton Bachelor Gulch, the lift is open, but the Ritz-Carlton itself is closed for a remodel project. So just keep that in mind. They won't have the DJs out there on the decks or the live music. That's all wrapped up so they can get going on their big remodel project. So that's a few things out on the slopes to talk about. Pay attention to the crawl that we run throughout the show. That'll give you details on what's been groomed on Vail Mountain. And let me check Beaver Creek, see if they have updated their groomer for the 7th of April. Nope, it's still on the 6th. Ah, okay. All right, come on, Beav. We want to know the groomer's choice. All right, but well, let's go run into Cameron. Let's find out where Cameron is now. He's roaming around Vail Village. Okay, I see that you've made it to Solaris. Oh, are you taking my advice since you don't have sunscreen on and you're in the shade now?
No, I mean, yes, but no, but yes, I should.
Okay. You gotta protect that delicate skin of yours. All right. Hey, so let's, where you're standing, that is a big place for the GoPro Mountain Games. They usually have the slack line right there. It's kind of a main headquarters, a main hub. And I love when they do it there because it's kind of like a natural amphitheater because you've got the second level decks where you can look and watch all the competitions. But we're pretty excited, and this is the 20th anniversary of the GoPro Mountain Games. I remember when it was the Teva Mountain Games, and all of us were like, is it Teva or Teva? And Volkswagen was a huge. I remember test driving a Touareg, and then I got a pair of flip-flops from Teva. It's been really fun. But GoPro has been a great partner for several of the past years, and they set up their shop, and you can bring in your old camera and get a discount on it's just a good weekend. If you're going to get a GoPro, get it that weekend, because they usually have some deals.
Absolutely. Yes, Tricia. So just behind us, you see the ice rink. Let's see if we can rotate. But yeah, GoPro typically sets up their big activation directly behind me. So I'm just going to move out of the way here. You're fine, Blake, right where you are. No worries. But right where the needle spire is right where GoPro typically sets up. And this is the hub of Gear Town during the GoPro Mountain Games. So this is when all of the vendors all set up their booths and their tents, and you can do lots of sampling. You can check out all kinds of food and drink, as well as different demos. You can demo a pair of Adidas outdoor hiking boots or things like that you can't just walk into the mall and do or anything like that. So definitely a great place to bring the whole family. That's also really dog friendly here at the GoPro Mountain Games during the event. Lots of folks bring their dogs out. They've got watering bowls everywhere. It is hot. It's definitely a day to wear sunscreen, and it's definitely a day to keep hydrated. But so much fun to be had, and so excited.
Hey, Cam,
it's just like a month and a half away.
You know what event I'm most excited for?
Oh, Emma's got a question.
What could it be?
Look at this one. Oh my gosh.
Doc Dudes?
Oh my gosh.
Doc
I
Dudes,
love
that's
this.
Right. It's an official, not so official event. So it's April Fool joke for sure. But viewers can see that's me wearing way too many clothes to be jumping into a pool.
Cameron, I love the fact that you have like leather shoes on. That's what strikes me the most. Is I'm like, oh, his poor leather shoes are gonna like get ruined in that
That's
pool.
right. That's right. It's actually official gear. You can't compete unless you have leather shoes on. I don't make the rules.
Hey, you know what? The Winter Mountain Games had that boot run where you could either run up the hill in your ski boots or snowboard boots. We could have you got to wear khakis and leather shoes. It's like, it's business casual, it's a business casual, speed retrieve or whatever, the high jump thing that the dogs are doing. But yeah, real fun weekend. One year I did that mud run, and it was like laps, like you did kind of like 3 different laps, but then you have to crawl in the mud. So pretty soon you have so much of your body is covered in mud, and you've been crawling on your hands and knees that you can't use your hands and then you kind of try to use the back of your hands, and then there's no clean spaces. So like by the 3rd lap, I saw a friend in the crowd, and I'm like, can you wipe some of the mud out of my eyes so I can finish this race? And then the fire department was there, and they would hose you down kind of by the creek. So you got that really cold, and then, I think we got a towel, everybody got a towel from one of the sponsors. And yeah, that was a lot of fun. I mean, we got really dirty, but that was a good
Tricia,
time.
that event's coming back this summer. So maybe you and me, we could compete.
Maybe.
Do it.
But then we need Emma or someone in the crowd that she can wipe us.
With the wet wipe.
I'll be the towel girl.
Just so we can see, because I was
towel girl and the camera person.
I can't even see. Okay, and then Mountains of Music. This is going to be awesome. We got Twiddle with a special guest opening set by Mahali and G-Love. Is this like G-Love and the Special Sauce? Like that G-Love?
That's the one.
76ers, remember that song? Okay, we got that up Thursday. And then Government Mule, this band is awesome. And then they'll have a special set from Grace Potter. She was at the Valar a couple years ago. And then Warren Haynes. This is a great lineup. And then on Saturday, the Wailers featuring Julie Marley. And then they'll have a special guest opening set from Mishka. So this is really cool. Tickets are on sale for these already. This isn't part of the free music. This is the Mountains of Music. Tickets are on sale. A lot of these, these are great acts. So get out there for this. This should be
and
super
Tricia,
cool.
there are all those tickets for the concerts at the amphitheater during Mountain Games. They're all $25. They're all
Okay.
general admission. So it's great. You just get your friends, get some tickets, and clamor to the front. Get there early, and have a great. I mean, it's going to be gorgeous, beautiful start to the summer, and incredible musicians in that lineup as well.
Yeah, definitely. And then speaking of music, okay, I mentioned DJ Golden Bee. So Goldie, who is here always for our Birds of Prey, the FIS Alpine ski races, the World Cup that's on tour. This is one of their few stops in North America. They go up to Lake Louise and then they come here. But DJ Golden Bee, he is going to be playing. He's a big friend of the Vail Valley. He plays here a lot. This is his shot of Gondola 1 in Vail Village. A lot of times he's out there for opening day. He's going to be playing over at Coyote Cafe, and that'll be this weekend, 3 to 6 on Friday, 3 to 6 on Saturday. I had a chance to talk to him yesterday. He said he's going to probably, with the crowd that's going to be out there, he said, I'll probably play something, some classic rock, hip hop. It's all going to be in there. And, he kind of reads the crowd. And he says that he loves the Coyote Cafe because it's such an iconic location, especially during the ski races. He said back in 2005, Darren Ralphs had just medaled. Darren Ralphs had a lot of success on that hill. And so the vibe was just cool. Darren, there were stories of like Darren and Bodie being behind the bar making drinks. I wasn't there. I didn't see it, but I've heard about this legendary party. And so DJ was playing that night, or DJ Golden Bee was playing that night. So he said, if you were there, if you know, you know. It was a lot of fun. So he'll be back. And so this should be a good thing if you're going to be at the Beav. Just, they kind of are amping it up this weekend with the DJ.
I can't wait. It's so interesting how, we've got just a month left in ski season, riding season here in Vail, 2 weeks or so in Beaver Creek, but things aren't winding down yet. We are still hard at it. There's lots to do, lots to enjoy, and folks really got to get out there and make the most of it.
Yeah, definitely. And ski some different areas if you haven't been out there. Oh, we were mentioning buy some new clothes. Skea is having a huge sale. Their warehouse sale going on today and tomorrow. This is in Golden. So if you've got the time, hey, drive on down there. And up to 80% the entire warehouse. It'll be from 8 to 5. That was yesterday. Oh, so it was yesterday and today. So today's the last day until 5 p.m. tonight. I don't know, Emma, should we FaceTime Diane and be like, show us the goods. I'm looking for a yellow jacket.
Yeah, I need some pants.
Okay, she needs some pants. I need a jacket. See, Cameron, when you went to Denver yesterday, you should have stopped by. We had given you our orders.
Go shopping.
We could have picked them up. Okay, all right. Well, a couple other things going on. I know the Velar's wrapped up, but cookie time is still happening at the Beav. And the ice rink, you know what? We heard from Sarah that one of the mechanisms that keeps the ice cold was broken. So the ice rink was not open earlier this week and even late part of last week. Hey, is the ice rink down below you? Does that look like it'll open this afternoon? Okay.
Oh, it's looking great here. Yeah, here in Vail, the ice rink's been perfectly zambonied. Couldn't ask for more.
It's all smooth. Okay, I know that the one over at the Arabelle Square, that one has closed down for the season. It's all gone. The railings are gone. I was by there on Monday, and I'm like, what? Oh, it looks totally different. So the Alderhoff ice rink has closed in Lion's Head. So if you want to go out there today, you can check that out. But Cameron, how's your skiing going? Are you getting better? Do you feel yourself progressing?
So Trisha, Emma and I went out last Saturday, and Emma could probably testify to my growth and improvement.
Oh, God.
I'm still not making the sharpest, deepest curves. I'm a little like skittery left to right.
Okay.
But so much better than I was back in November. Having a good time.
I'm so impressed with how like I didn't see him first starting off, but the fact that he's only been skiing for what, like 5 months, 4 months?
Yeah, yeah.
So impressive.
I mean, you know,
if you want to watch his turns, you can go to our Instagram because we went live on Saturday.
Okay, you did your live Instagram debut on the slopes. Okay, yeah, that's when the Girl Scouts were in town. I know they were over at Beaver Creek, and you guys went up to McCoy Park. All right, yeah. So, well, Cameron, if you need some help on the slopes, we've got the guy for you. So, Mike Freeberg, a good friend of the Vail Valley, used to live here full time. Now he's down on the Front Range, but he never tires of giving out tips, and he provided us with some great tips. I mean, if you work on these, you're going to improve your skiing. So here's more.
Hi, I'm Michael Friedberg. I'm a former U.S. ski team athlete and former program director at Ski and Snowboard Club Vail. I've done a lot of coaching and even more skiing over the years, and I'm excited to share some of my knowledge with you guys. The only way to truly improve your skiing is to break it down into its component parts. If you've read Malcolm Gladwell's book Outliers, what I'm talking about is deep practice. That's what we're going to be doing here, breaking down skiing into its component parts and helping you get to the next level. I'm going to introduce you to my favorite progression of drills. Drills are super important, and I like to do them every morning. I did them as an athlete, and I do them with all the athletes that I work with. What it does is it brings your focus to your skis. All of these drills can be done as a progression in one run, and from there, you'll be ready to rip. The first drill we're gonna do today is a bit of a central nervous system warm-up. It's called 1,000 steps. What we're gonna do is get into an athletic position and run our way through the turn. It's gonna be goofy, and it's gonna kind of throw what you know about skiing out the window, break up your established movement patterns, and get you ready to progress in the sport. We're gonna make a nice, big traverse across the hill, and we're going to focus on an athletic position, and by that I mean knees over toes, lots of pressure in the front of the boots, stacking our hips over ankles, shoulders over hips, arms extended in front of our body, keeping in mind that we want our elbow well in front of our body pillar. We're not really going to worry about pole planting for this drill, but we are going to get a nice flex in the boot, and what we're going to do is simply run through the turn. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna break up those existing movement patterns and help you get into a mindset to progress. We're gonna move on to edging. And edging is tipping the ski on edge by moving your knees to the inside of the turn. And when you do this, you're gonna wanna have a lead change. So I'm sure at some point in your ski career, you've heard someone talk about having weight on a downhill ski. By having weight on a downhill ski, it's going to cause that leg to fall behind your other one, creating something we call lead change. And the reason that's important is when you push your knees to the inside of the turn, if you have lead change, your hips will fall over that downhill ski, producing good power into the snow. If they're not, and you push your knees to the inside of the turn, this hip escapes, creating a weak banked position. So what we're going to do is we're going to slide and edge, slide, edge. So I want you to feel what it's like to tip that ski on edge and really get purchase into the hill with that downhill ski. The third drill is called the crab drill. If you've ever seen a crab move on dry land, it moves side to side, not front and back. So we're gonna take that tipping and angulation drill that we just did, and we're gonna bring it down the hill. So we're gonna start in a wedge, but don't think snowplow where you're pushing your foot away from you. Think about tipping the ski on edge, which is gonna allow you to create a ton of pressure in the front of the boot, giving you great angle in your ankle and your knee. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna tip to the inside. And what that's gonna do is that's gonna really load up the ski, which is gonna make us move across like a crab. Focus on having 4 points, 2 on your hips, 2 on your shoulders, and your vision facing down the hill. Don't lose that stacked body position. Take your arms with you. All right, this next drill is all about transitions. How do you get from one downhill ski to the next? It's through the process of transition. And that's one of the many things that separates intermediate from expert skiers. So I'm gonna use this traverse to go through my mental checklist, think about my stacked body position. Right here, I'm gonna plant my pole lightly and pick up my downhill ski, forcing my weight onto the new ski, and I'm gonna think about pressuring the ski from the tip through this part of the turn and achieving speed control early, not late. Once I finish the turn, I'll put my weight equally back on both skis through this traverse where I'm gonna recheck my body position. Same thing, plant, pick up, weight the tip of the new ski, and all the way back in traverse. Plant, pick up, weight the new ski, and all the way back into traverse. All right, on to the Javelin Turn. This is the last drill in my progression, and it's my favorite. It brings together components of every drill we've done this far. So, as always, we're gonna focus on that stacked body position. We're gonna combine the squareness of the crab drill with the transitions that we worked on in a transition drill. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna transfer weight, much like the transition drill, so that we're getting early pressure on a downhill ski, and we're gonna take the uphill ski and point it down the hill, which is gonna bring my hip and shoulder and vision into the fall line, much the way that we did in the crab. It's a bit of a complicated one, but stick with it. I promise it's worth it. It'll take your skiing to the next level.
Thanks for checking out my drill progression. Give them a shot. Spend some time breaking down your skiing, and I promise you will see progression. If you have any questions, feedback, or ideas about what you'd like to see next, please leave them in the comments.
Skiing is more dangerous than ever due to crowded slopes and people skiing faster than their abilities allow. Hi, this is Joseph Block, a ski injury attorney at Block & Chapleau. If another skier or snowboarder hits you from behind and it injures you, you're entitled to monetary compensation. Remember, the downhill skier has the right of way. The uphill skier has the responsibility to avoid skiers below.
If you've been injured, you need to call an attorney to protect your rights. It's important to preserve the evidence immediately. Call Block & Chapleau today at 970-926-1700. We've been doing this for over 30 years and have collected millions of dollars of compensation for injured skiers and snowboarders.
Block & Chapleau has offices in the Vail Valley, Frisco, and Denver to serve you. Your case is our priority.
If you've been injured in an automobile or ski collision, call us today at 970-926-1700 to speak to an attorney, or go to vailjustice.com.
Vail Valley Live outerwear provided by Skea Limited.
Your feet on the beach will make your life Steech. Steech. Oh, Steech ain't a word. Come on, man. They expecting some profound fine life wisdom from the dog. You can preach the beach, or just let the ocean teach. That's the fine life, baby.
Do you want locally grown mushrooms, microgreens, organic herbs, fruits, vegetables, honey, recipes, and more? Sign up for Nap Ranch's CSA boxes now. Feel good about supporting local farmers while nourishing your family. Go to napgardencenter.com and click CSA to sign up today.
Maui Jim Sunglasses were born on the beaches of Hawaii, designed to respond to the bright sun and harsh glare of the islands, all while enhancing the view. After 30 years, we're still independently owned, and the free-thinking Hawaiian spirit that first inspired us is still a part of everything we do. Our Polarized Plus 2 lenses not only protect eyes from harmful rays, they also make colors more vivid and contrast crisper. Try on a pair and see for yourself. The view's better from here.
In the extraordinary, we're free to discover more together. Experience it for yourself this winter. Get your lift tickets today.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Betteridge. Fine jewelry and watches with exceptional service since 1897, located in Solaris.
We are back. One more look at your weather before we send you on your way. We're going to see plenty of sunshine for today, but still a little breezy, not quite as gusty as what we had earlier this week. We'll have west-northwest wind, 10 to 20 miles per hour, but you'll tell, you can feel it out on the slopes. So, and the temperature is not too warm today as well, relatively speaking, just because we'll be in the 50s by tomorrow, but 30s and low 40s for today. Overnight lows will drop down into the 20s, even the teens in some areas. And then tomorrow, this is going to be a beautiful day, 52 for your high, overnight low of 30. And then by the time we get into the weekend, we could start to see a chance of snow showers, maybe even a little rain Saturday night into Sunday. And then Monday, we will see some more of that snow come through. And then dangerously windy starting in the afternoon. So it's amazing that we're already talking about the wind for next week. And next week, we'll see a bigger chance of snow. Maybe even 5 to 6 inches Wednesday into Thursday, according to OpenSnow.com. And then the mountain is already open. Vail just opened at 8:30. Beaver Creek will open at 9. And we just got the groomer for Beaver Creek. So the groomer choice today, anything maybe over maybe a Little Cresta and Little Brave at Arrowhead, at McCoy Park. I think I would head there today. They're going to have Journey, Splendor, Bliss, Unwind, Exploration, Affinity, all sorts of fun names in this brand new 250 acres over at the View. This just opened in January. So if you haven't been there yet, now is your chance to check out this just a gorgeous area on Beaver Creek. But let's say goodbye to Cameron. He has been roaming through Vail Village all day. Cameron, hey, oh wait, there's a grooming report. Is the ice cream store open yet? You gonna get some ice cream?
Not yet,
breakfast?
Trisha. Sunday, right behind me, is open from 1 to 9. So got a few more hours to work up an appetite before you can get that well-earned sweet treat. But definitely check this out. If you're parking in the parking structure here in Vail, you're catching the bus over here, little treat for you on your way out of town.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, well, hey, thanks for all your reporting. Don't forget to wear your sunscreen next time you're out there. Okay, all right, we're going to say goodbye. We're overtime. It's 8:37. We got to go. So thank you for watching today. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow at 7:30.